Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to our live session. All right, so today we are going to be using some light weights. I have 2 kgs here, but you're welcome to use 1 or 1.5 kgs, depending on if you're newer to adding in your weights. I would rather you be able to feel comfortable. And throughout the class, you can always put your dumbbells off to the side if anything is feeling too intense. I've made sure that all of the exercises will still feel challenging with or without your weights. So only adding in the weights if it adds the challenge that you need. And as soon as it feels uncomfortable for you, especially things to look out for is joints, then just place them off to the side and you can always bring them back in. So today's going to be about an intermediate class with some options to choose from, of course, and we'll get started in our 4-point kneeling for our warm-up, and at the end of the session we will have our Q&A. So if you're brand new and this is your first time joining, then you can always stay after the class for Q&A, ask your questions, and you'll get them answered here today live. All right, let's come to our 4-point kneeling position for our warm-up. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's gaze forward, open through the chest, big breath in. And then exhale as you round from your hips to your head. So just begin to connect that breath with your movement. Letting go of your day, coming into the body. Let's go one more. And round. Welcome to a flat back, feet together, knees wide. Reach up the one arm, gaze up to the ceiling and twist under, taking an exhale. As you twist under, you're aiming to get your ear down to the ground and reach your hips back. Let's go one more. And then we'll switch over to the other side. Bring this hand under the shoulder, stretch up, open the chest, and throw it under. Good. Let's go 2 more. So we're going to move quite quickly. We have 30 minutes. We're going to get through the whole body. Let's go last one. And then come back to 4-point knees underneath the hips. Pressing into all 10 toes. Your hips are slightly behind your knees. We float the knees up and we tap and lower them down. Nice big exhale on the way up. Inhale to lower. Your gaze is down to the mat between your hands. Knees are pulling straight up and down by anchoring into your toes. You're going to feel deep abdominals, transverse abs, pelvic floor. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Press your hips slightly back. Come forward. Lower the knees and then lower the elbows. We lift, then knees. We go hips, forward and down. So a little tricep press here and a hip hinge. Option to keep the knees down to the mat when you take your hip hinge. Keeping that flat back throughout. Even as you take your tricep press, it's a diagonal back, but it's a straight spine. We're going to go 4 more. Bringing your chest a little bit more forward if you want more triceps. Connect with that breath. 2. Good. We're going to grab our dumbbells in 1 more. We're going to find a quick stretch. Bring it up. Press your hips all the way back. Let's stretch through those arms. Give them a second. And then we're going to roll it all the way up. All right, we're going to grab 1 dumbbell. So hopefully we're all caught up on the same time. Dumbbell is closest to me, underneath the shoulder. You're going to find that alignment, chest is in the center of the mat. Opposite knee, lift it off the ground just a little bit. And then we're floating up this knee closest to me. So push into the toes, lift the knee, opposite leg extends, knee lowers down, and then pull your leg back in. We go up, extend, lower, and come back in. So it's very similar to our warm-up knee hover, using that deep transverse abdominals. But now we just have the one leg. Keeping your hips behind your knees, very important, and lifting up with your core. Good, how are we feeling? Nice flat back, especially there in the mid back. Let's go 2. And 1, you're going to keep that leg nice and long. Lower your front knee, lower your back leg. Press into those 5 toes to get that weight back behind you. We're going to take the leg closest to you. Step back, cross the ankles. Lift the hips to pike. Then your top leg is going to come to the opposite elbow for a little cross. Extend the leg and up to pike. Good. Little cross and then back into pike. Lifting your chest away from the ground as you come to your plank to keep that deep core active. Lovely, pressing down into your hand on the mat. Lengthening through your head all the way down to the heels for 2. Starting to warm up here. Pulling that knee in 1. Bring that knee down to the ground under your hip and find your chest in the center of the mat. You're going to pull your dumbbell up and away from the ground. Lift through that elbow. Leg at the back is lifting up. Extend through your arm. Lower the leg. Bend the elbow. Tricep extension with a leg lift. Keeping your chest in center. You have the option to take 1 at a time. So tricep press and then leg lift you can do individually. Keep the gaze down to the ground, chest and center. Squeeze that glute as you lift your legs. So try avoid creasing through the lower back or dropping your chest. We want that nice long spine. Let's go 2. And 1. Lovely, bring it in and press your hips back. Find a child's pose stretch. Good, we're gonna take a little twist there for the arm. So you're gonna twist that opposite arm that you were stabilizing on. Underneath you, find a stretch. Lovely, bring it around. Take your dumbbell over to the other side. So I'm not gonna change the position so that you can see what both sides look like. We will begin again. You're gonna float your knee closest to me now off the ground. You're gonna come all the way up into that single knee hover, leg extension, lower, and pull your leg in. So just a reminder here again, we want to keep the chest in center. Lovely. You can always take a double knee hover and then extend the leg. See how that feels. So then you lift your legs together. Good. Coming back to pressing into those 5 toes on the ground. Hips are behind your knee. Those are all really important things that's going to help you feel stronger and stable. Slow it down, find that connection. 2. Good, and 1. Extend. Lower the knee, lower the foot. We're pressing into those 5 toes, press the weight back into those toes to find connection to the core. We're going to take a step back into that pike position. So extend the leg back, lift the hips, lower to plank, then cross your knee. Stack the ankles, and then pull your knee across to the opposite elbow. You can keep going. I'm just going to bring my foot a little bit closer to me. So let that be your reminder. Check in with what's happening in your body. Making just subtle adjustments to feel stronger. Extend from that head to the heels. Lift your chest away from the ground when you come to plank. 2. And 1, connect with that breath. Let's lower this knee down underneath the hip. Pull your dumbbell up and away. Lift your elbow to the ceiling. We extend the arm, lift the leg. Lower the leg, bend the elbow. Good, we're thinking of squeezing into that glute, keeping a straight spine. Can you feel the support at your bottom shin? So press your weight a little bit backwards. Find the support in that front shin. Pressing into your hand on the ground, lift your chest away from the mat. You're going to find more core that way, more upper back. Squeezing through that glute. Let's go 3 and 2. Last 1. Bring it all the way in, lower the dumbbell down, press your hips back. Let's get into that glute stretch. And then we're twisting under across. Finding a stretch there, releasing through your stabilizing arm. Brilliant. And come and place your dumbbell up to the side and then swing yourself around into seated. We're going to reach those arms forward. Let's find an exhale, gently curling it all the way down. Let's do a couple here. Taking a deep breath in at the bottom. Exhaling as you curl up and down. Allowing your gaze to go up the wall as you curl down. And then lengthening through your spine at the top. Let's go 2. Curling those hips and rib cages together. 1 more. The sun is coming in here. I'm getting nice and hot. Good. We're going to come all the way down. Bring your feet in a little bit closer to your hips. Press your hands down next to the body. Let's curl those hips towards the shoulders, off the mat to bridge. Inhale at the top. Exhale as we curl down. We're going to grab our dumbbells again in a moment. We're just giving the body a moment's break, connecting with the breath and the back activation. As you curl up, you pause at the shoulder blades, finding the tuck of your hips, deepening your core. So really zip up belly button to chest. Can you press into your heels and hands a little more? And can you feel that activation in the back of your body and your core? Let's go 2. And 1 more. Rolling all the way down, we're going to grab onto those dumbbells, 1 in each hand. Stretch them up to the ceiling, below the shoulders. So above the chest, but slightly below the height of your shoulders. I'm going to bring those legs up into a tabletop position, squeeze the feet together. We're going to take an exhale, breath, curl up. Hold it, deep breath in. Gently curl it all the way down. You're holding towards the head of the dumbbell that's closest to you. That way you have the most support. Curling your rib cage down to the ground. And 1 more. Bring it all the way down. Turn your dumbbells now so that your knuckles are facing back. Your dumbbells, your fingertips are facing towards your knees. You're going to lower your legs down, lower the elbows down, and then lift the legs, extend the arms. Good. You want to keep contact with your mat. So if you feel that you're losing that contact, bring your legs up sooner or take single leg. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Last 3. Good. Keeping your rib cage on the ground. And 1. Good. We're going to go into a double leg stretch. We're going to curl those heads up, lift through the spine, reach your dumbbells to your shins, extend your legs, pull your dumbbells towards you, and then take your dumbbells behind your knees, pull your legs in. Lift those dumbbells up, extend the legs. Inhale on the extension, exhale as it comes in. Gaze towards your toes. Lift up into the tips of your shoulder blades. Your palms should be facing down towards the ground. We've got 4, 3, and then we'll take single leg stretch. 2, and 1. Good, we go single leg stretch. We switch. One leg at a time. Tap your dumbbells behind the knee. Good, let's go 3 more each side. And 2. Good. Final one on each side. Bring the dumbbells above the shins and roll yourself all the way down. Lovely. Bring your elbows into your waist, lower your feet. Let's take ourselves up to bridge. We're going to curl up those hips all the way to the top. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll it down. Taking a moment here to check in. Finding that alignment, feet with hips. Good. One more. We're going to keep it at the top. You're going to lift your right leg, extend your left arm. So opposite arm and leg. Tap and lift that foot. Looking for those hips squared to the ceiling. Squeezing through the bottom glute. Good. We're going to add on in a moment. You're going to alternate your arms. So as your leg lowers, you alternate the arms, extend and up. The opposite arm is always up when your leg is in tabletop. Steady those hips. Think of squeezing those inner thighs. 2 more. Last one, and then opposite arm and leg should be at the top. You're going to extend your leg, tricep press. Pull it in, extend the arm. Good. We push the leg away. You pull your dumbbell down towards your shoulder. Lift up through that bottom glute. Good. Find that length from head to heel. Last 2. Let's go one more, and then we're going to bring the foot down. Bring the elbow down and roll it down. Awesome. Let's take it over to the other side. Realign. Roll those hips up. Find that lift. Extend opposite arm and leg. Lower and lift just the leg. So we use this as our moment to find connection to that bottom glute. Equal pressure on both of the shoulders. Let's go one more. And then we alternate the arms. Good. Extend and lift. Opposite arm is always extended up when you're in tabletop. Can you hug that rib cage in a little bit more? Press your shoulder blades into the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Leg extension, tricep press. Extend the leg, pull the elbow down. Pull the dumbbell down. Inhale, extend. Exhale to pull it in. Press into that bottom foot a little bit more. Feel the activation to the glute. Pull the dumbbell down. Press it up. 2 more. And 1. Then we'll bring the leg down. Bring the elbow down. And slowly roll the spine down. Brilliant. Place your dumbbells off to the side. Extend the legs, stretch up through the arms. Whoo, feels good. Deep breath in. Half lift the chest, full roll up. Dive forward to the toes. Find that full body stretch. Exhale, we're curling it all the way down. Good, how are we feeling? Allow yourself to take this moment to just reconnect to the breath. Feel that full body activation. And come back to your foundations. Finding that alignment, that core connection. Great, let's go last one. We'll stay at the top for our side work. Full stretch. Reach forward to the toes, pull the core back deeper, and then come all the way up to seated. Lovely. One dumbbell, side work. Heels are in line with the tailbone, important knees are in front of you. Hips and shoulders aligned, lift through the side of the waist. Adding in the dumbbell if you'd like. We're gonna lift that top knee and lower. Little squeeze of the glute. We're squeezing that heels together. And then finding that space under the bottom armpit. We're gonna go 2 more, drop through that head a little bit and bring your chin towards your chest. 1, we're gonna keep that top leg open. Lift your bottom hip up, extend the top leg, bring the heel in, and then tap and lift. We're starting slow, we're finding alignment, and then take it at your own pace. Checking in with the shoulder as you tap your hip down, try not collapse into the shoulder. So press into your arm a little bit more as your hip goes down. You're gonna feel more core, more oblique. Last 2. And 1. We're gonna keep that leg straight, lower it down to the ground, anchor into it, lift the waist, bring your dumbbell forward, twist under, extend up. Good, we're gonna just stay here, finding a twist and lift. Most important, that arm, that dumbbell, it stays in front of your body. So try not let it pull back behind you. Try to keep your hip bones pointing forward as you twist at the waist. 1 more, we add on. Good, we're gonna lift the leg, lower, and twist. Bringing the hips down if you need. You can still do this whole sequence with the hips on the floor. Lifting up when you need. Challenge. Last 2. Good. And 1, then we're gonna bring the dumbbell down in front of you. Bring that dumbbell down to the ground. Lift the waist, lift the leg, forward. 2 pulses, back, squeeze. Good. Keeping a steady torso. 3. Good. 1 more, and then we stretch. Bring it in and down, Z-sits position. Find that side stretch. Deep breath in through the nose, out the mouth. Ooh, glute. Twist down to the knee. We're going to take this hand back behind you. Reach the arm in front of you. Find a lift through the hips. And lower down. Good, so enjoying this moment here, regathering your breath before we come to the other side. Let's go 2. Reach those hip bones forward. And 1. Brilliant, let's bring it over to the other side. Grabbing your 1 dumbbell in front of you. Knees in front, heels in line with your tail. Lift up and out of that shoulder. If you found that it's sore in the shoulder, get your arm a little bit further away from you. Then grabbing onto your dumbbell. Lower and lift that top leg. And we're squeezing those heels together. Your toes can separate. but you want those heels together. That's where you're going to get the most glute. Another thing to be mindful of is as you take your knee up, try not get that hip to roll back. You want to press that top hip forward. Pull into the core. 2. A little sweat in my eye. 1. Squeeze. Good. Let's open that leg up. Hold it. Squeeze those heels together. Lifting through that bottom hip. Extend the top leg. Squeeze the heels. Tap and lift the hip. Lovely. You want to pull that core in. You want to get your bottom rib and hip together. Drop through that head is really going to help you find that lift through your waist. Slow it down. Find those connections. Heels. 3. Squeeze and lift. Lovely. And then we have 1 more. We're going to keep that leg long. We're going to lower it down to the ground. Bring your dumbbell in front of you. We twist under and extend up. Think of lifting that dumbbell to the ceiling to really find that lift through the bottom waist and out of your bottom shoulder. Dumbbell in front of your body. Adding on. We twist and then lift that leg. Bring the arm down. Tap and then twist. Really focusing on that quality movement. Rather do fewer reps with good form. Let's go for 2. And then 1 more. We're going to bring that dumbbell out in front of you for your single side kick. Bring that dumbbell down. Lift up through the waist. Leg comes up, forward, and back. 2 pulses to the front and 1 swing to the back. Squeeze that glute. Lengthen through your head, last 2. Good. 1 more. And back, lower it all the way down. Let's stretch through that glute. Let's lift all the way up. Oh. Find a twist onto that knee. Lovely. Let's take it up into our stretch. Hand is slightly behind you. Reach forward and up. Lift the hips. Good. As you reach back, check that your rib cage doesn't flare too much. We don't want to go into the lower back. We rather want to think of opening your hips all the way up. Stretching through that shoulder at the back. 1 more. And down. Place your dumbbell off to the side. We're done with the weights. We're coming around to prone. All the way down with the chest. Extend your arms back behind you. Your palms are facing in. We're going to go inhale, lift your chest away from the ground. Exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale up, exhale down. Keeping your gaze down to the mat, opening through the chest. 2 more. 1. You're going to hold it up at the height that you can maintain with a bit of challenge but comfort. Lift the legs. Squeeze those glutes. Lower the legs. This is the last of the challenge. Reach those arms back. Stretch the chest. Last 2. 1, keep your feet floating off the ground. Begin to swim and kick them very gently. Lift through that chest and back. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. Good. Reach back with the arms. Open the chest a little more. Can you quick kick a little harder? 2 more rounds. Final round. Lower down with control. Well done. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press your hips all the way back to the heels. Stretch through the arms. Let's come to 4-point kneeling. Cool down, cat-cow. Gaze forward, open through the chest. Exhale to round. Checking in with the start of class. Bringing that heart rate down. Scoop and lift through that core as you stretch the lower back. One more. Let's twist it out. We take knees wide again. This time we stretch up and we're going to hold the twist, bringing the ear down to the ground and the hip shifts back. You can take your top arm, stretch it away from you. See how that feels. Bring your hand in and switch over to the other side. Last few breaths here. Drop into that stretch. It's always important to just come back to that neutral breath. One more. Bring the hand in. Press your hips back and then we roll it up from our hips to our head. Stretch up through the arms. Deep breath in. And release the arms down. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live class. If this is your first time, welcome. Please stay, come and chat to us. Let me know how this felt for you and if you had any questions. And if this is all for you today, thank you for joining me for some movements. I will see you on next week, Monday. And we will have sessions that go up on Wednesday and Saturday as well. So you're welcome to check out the channel if you'd like to add on to this class. And if you're staying, let's have a chat and a check-in. Thank you so much. All right, let's see how we're feeling today with the added weights. I'm feeling very warm for September. How are we doing? Let's have a check-in. Oh, it's always good to be back moving with everybody, seeing you all here. I saw that everybody is enjoying that really quick 10-minute standing workout. So that's really exciting to see because I think we haven't done that in a while. So I think I'm going to start doing more standing workouts. I think it's quite nice to do when you just need like a quick refresh in the afternoon. I'm considering doing a longer one. So I'm curious to know how we are feeling. Do we have any questions for today? If you do, you can pop them down below and I will answer them here live. And if you're watching the replay, you can add it into the comment section and then I will respond in the comments or in next week's live class. All right, I'm going to give it a few more minutes, see how we're doing. Good. All right, so I think that's all the questions. Thank you so much for joining this week. I will see you all on Wednesday and then for next week's live class. Have a lovely week. Bye.